The third man to get complete dominion was Nebuchadnezzar, another damn Cushite. Okay, the fourth man to get dominion was a Persian, another brown man. It wasn't until the Greeks, with that creep Alexander, where they got complete and total rule of the empire. And what did they do? What you own? Jeremiah? What you got? Give me at the Maccabees where when Alexander came into power, evil was multiplied in the earth. First Maccabees chapter 1. Let's read that. Let's start at verse 1. So the Bible is very clear. All these black nations had power over the earth and rule. But it wasn't until the white man came up where it says evils multiplied. Why the hell is that? Because we see even without the Bible, the white man does nothing but rape, rob, murder, holes in the ozone layer, black holes in the sea, try to force his ideologies on every other nation and drop bombs on them if they don't.
Just a question, quick, just as far as like language is concerned. Like,
you're trying to get out of it. That's what you're trying to do.
I'm just asking a question in general. Is, you know,
what if you have a black forefather? Is that what you're saying?
Well, not necessarily that, but I mean, there's whole races that, you know, usually, you know, weren't necessarily the color that they are now. You know, with that, think that it could, be absolved, or is that absolutely meaning that the Italian?
Well, no.
Or let's say, Egyptian or individuals that aren't necessarily,
I get what you're saying. So, we believe you are who your father is. So let's say that I have a baby with a white woman, and he's a boy, and he has a baby with a white woman, and he's a boy, and he has a baby with so pretty much 8 generations later, that kid will look white, but that kid's forefather is actually black. Now, that can happen, but that doesn't happen on a nationalistic scale.
Okay.
Like a whole nation ain't gonna change colors. Why? Because the lesser remnants of colored people will be absolved by, which is why people say Mexicans are descendants of Spaniards, right? It couldn't be like that because there was millions of Mexicans and there was only a remnant of them damn Spaniards who stayed over here. They would have been absolved. So you would have been absolved. Let's say 100,000 white people lived in the same village as a million black people. After time, through the dominance of the people, you guys will be absorbed into our culture. So one nation doesn't just turn into a whole other nation.
Really? Okay. I mean,
yeah, even like if you was to take archaeology in college, those archaeologist teachers, they'll tell you, like within the next 5,000 years, if this place exists for that long, it's not gonna be no more white people. Right?
Yeah, and the reason why, it's not that you guys are going to just turn it to a whole other color nationalistically. You guys aren't populating. We just got done talking about that earlier. The statistics say that Europe is dying because the old white Caucasians are dying, and then you guys aren't able to procreate quick enough to supply that demand and balance, right? So that's why you guys will be absolved and or die out. Furthermore, white scientists even say this, that the sun is killing white people. You guys are biologically and genetically inferior to the natural elements. Look, even if there was no black man on the earth to rule over you, then the elements would rule over you. Okay? All right, yeah, okay. So bring that out. Jeremiah, what would you hold? No, give me that in Maccabees.
Book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Shedder, has smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
So Alexander, this is history that is given you, right? Alexander came from Macedonia, assumed the mantle of the Greeks, took down Darius the Persians, right? This is history. Go ahead.
That he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
Read.
And made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations.
So this was the first rise of the so-called white man. You had these, because your forefather would be Esau, an Edomite, right? But now they didn't have dominion though. They only got the first dominion with the Greeks.
what's y'all's definition of dominion?
An empire, right? So go ahead.
and took the spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him for his youth, and parted his kingdom among them, while he was yet alive.
Hold on, I don't think that's it. Yeah, that's First Maccabees, though.
Yeah, it was definitely having a hard time rolling with that, but I mean, just in general. Yeah. So y'all have a much different timeline as far as
First Maccabees 1 and 9. Let me read this real quick. Hold your thought. I want to hear it. Go ahead.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them. Many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Evils were multiplied in the earth. So the earth was cool. I wouldn't say it was cool, but it was at a certain level of wickedness. And so when the first white people started coming into power, then evils multiplied on the earth. All right. So what does that say? That the Edomites, the white men, are the wicked of the earth. Right? The Caucasian man, you would call it a European. I wouldn't call you a European because there's black Japhetic Greeks who are ruling in Europe as well. So Europe isn't synonymous with white. Europe wasn't a homogeneous continent. Okay? So you're actually Caucasian. You had a question about his timeline?
well, just like I don't know. I just in general, just as a question, not a positive or negative one way or the other. It sounds like he has a different timeline as opposed to something like this.
Give an example.
I mean, like individuals like, let's say, in Mozart, how many black men?
Mozart?
Yeah.
Mozart.
Legend.
Oh, the musician.
Beethoven.
Yeah,
Beethoven.
allegedly. When you're talking about a timeline, are you saying your timeline pre-exists my timeline?
No, I'm asking. I'm asking the timeline that, just is standard amongst, let's say, American people.
Conventional chronology. According to conventional chronology, I don't know what's the point you're making.
No.
They say he's mixed. They say he had some black in him allegedly. I don't know if it can be proven.
It's just one of those questions where at what point, is the line drawn or is the line drawn?
Oh, okay. Okay, I get what you're saying. So if I have a daughter, that's when it stops.
Okay.
Because the seed line stops with your daughter.
Okay.
So if I have a son by a white woman and he has a son by a white woman and then he has a daughter by a white woman,
Okay.
then that seed stops. Right? It's called a lineage for a reason. You go by the seed line of your father, and that's according to all ethnicities except for the fake Jews who you see in Israel today. They try to say it's maternal because they hate the Bible and they go rather with the Talmud and the Kabbalah. But according to the Bible, you are where your father is. Okay, so when that daughter gets with another man who's Persian, that seed line stops now. Even though it may take up the same traits as the maternal mother.
Fake Jews. Are we talking about Israel or about specific?
I'm talking about all those Jewish people in Israel. Those are not Jews, those are apostles.
Right.
The Bible says the real Jews are black and brown. Okay, and that they will be under curses until this day. The Bible says when the real Jews would get to Israel, there would be a mass war, and then it would be peace forever and no war.
Where's it saying this?
Give me Joel chapter 3, and give me Micah chapter 4. Bring it out! 4 verse 2 and 3. And then it also says that when the Messiah comes back, that the Jews, the Israelites, will be in captivity and slavery. I don't think that happened in 1948. They got their ass on planes. Go ahead. Joel chapter 3, start at verse 1.
Book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in the